we go, Steelers, here we go. The Steelers are 8-2, and for some reason, that is hilarious to me. And this game was, you know what, the Steelers might be the only team in the NFL that have won 2 games on field goals only. I don't really know. I don't even know if that's a stat I'm proud of. Well, I guess I'm proud of it because we won. But we won. We beat the Ravens. They are our rivals. They always give us the toughest games. It is always an ugly game. It is always one of those games where we have to fight tooth and nail. Lamar Jackson, like there's all these different things that are happening with this game. And I honestly don't care about any of that because we got the win. And we all know I only want wins. I want wins. I don't care how they come, but I want wins. And so we got the win. And our offense, did it look great? Absolutely not. But that defense looked fantastic. And we beat the Ravens. And we're ahead in the AFC North right now. And we're doing something that nobody thought that we were going to be able to do in this offseason. And that is why I always say, don't listen to the people that are football experts. They're literally giving you their expert opinion. And their opinion really doesn't carry any weight if you're not in the locker room and you're not seeing teams every single day. So shout out to the Steelers for winning this game. Shout out to them for beating the Baltimore Ravens. Shout out to the Ravens for stop giving the ball to Derrick Henry. Kudos to every single thing that the Ravens coaching staff did because as always, they did just enough to keep my Steelers in the game. And I am going to talk about it on the other side of this video. It's so funny how this game was everything I thought it would be, right? Like I watched the Texas game and I was like, this Texas versus Arkansas game is exactly how the Steelers game is going to be. I felt like I was watching a Steelers game. I said in my Texas video, I felt like the Texas Arkansas game is going to feel exactly like I'm going to feel when I'm watching the Steelers and Ravens play. And I can confirm it is exactly the same way. I felt the exact same way. Offense struggling. Every single team I'm cheering for right now, the offense is struggling. But we ended up winning the game. The other thing I said in my video is I love Derrick Henry. I really do like Derrick Henry, but I hope that Derrick Henry gets no more than 60 yards. That was my hope for him. You know how many yards Derrick Henry had this game? 65 yards. So we did that. So kudos to me for that one. But anyways, you know, the Steelers did some things that I don't love. We all know I am picky and we know I am going to nitpick all the little details, but they won the game and I'll give them credit for winning the game. And we're now on a short week and I'm going to turn over these videos as fast as I possibly can so that I have videos released before we play the Browns on Thursday. But before I get into that, let me talk about all the things that I loved. Shame on me for not waving my terrible towel when I started this video. Like, shame on me. But seriously, so here are the things that I loved. The first thing I loved is obviously the defense. The defense got 3 turnovers. 2 of those turnovers, really all 3 of them were very timely, very important. So shout out to this defense continuing to show up and show out. They are always the real MVP. Shout out to them. The other thing I love is Chris Boswell. We win another game because Chris Boswell comes in and gets us all the points we need. So shout out to Chris Boswell. I mentioned before that Justin Tucker was struggling a little bit, but you know what? I'll just leave that where it's at. But shout out to Chris Boswell. He came in, he took care of business, and he did all the things that he was supposed to do. The other person I want to give a shout out to is Najee Harris because Najee steps in and does a lot of things that I feel like he'll never get credit for, but he's consistent. He runs hard. He keeps his head down. He keeps focused. He seems like a fun guy to be around. He seems like not a very high or very low guy. And I love that. Like he just seems very consistent, very fun to be around, and he's playing his butt off. So shout out to Najee. The other thing I'll say is we got some holding calls today. Some holding calls. Everybody should celebrate because we all know it's very rare when the Steelers get holding calls on the other team's offensive line. So we got some holding calls. So kudos to us for that. And I will also say it was nice to see Justin Fields run out there and ice the game for us. Now, granted, he slid way too early. I don't know why he didn't just keep running and get the first down. He slid too early, but it didn't matter. We end up converting on 3rd down and we win the game. So shout out to Justin Fields for being here and shout out to the entire Steelers nation for showing up and showing out today in Pittsburgh. I thought it was fantastic. And I don't even want to talk about anything I loved about this offense because I don't know what the hell they're doing, but I hate it. And so I'm not even going to go there. I'm just going to move on to the next section and leave the offense where they're at. I guess the offense did do good though. They got us in field goal range and we made those field goals, but they got 3 turnovers and you know what? They just didn't do much with them. So shame on them for that. So I am going to move on and talk about the whatever. The two things that I'll say whatever to, the first thing is George Pickens, you have to learn how to get 2 feet down. I need you to get your left foot down and your right foot down, not 1 foot. You got to get 2 feet down, George Pickens. There's been now 2 calls this season where it gets a little weird. So make sure you get 2 feet down, please. Thank you. The second thing is, I don't know how the Steelers decide who's going to play offense. I don't really know what's going on, but I hate the way this team is playing offense. I hate the personnel that's playing offense. I hate all the things that are happening with this offense right now. We are moving the ball enough to get into the red zone, and then we get into the red zone, and then we don't use our red zone options. So I don't really know what's happening with this offense. I don't know what to call it. So I'll just move on to the things that I hated. The things that I hated, dropped balls. I feel like there was at least 4 to 5 things that I can think about just right here as the making of this video of dropped passes from our receivers. It's like the balls are hitting them in their hands and they are not catching them. So, and I get it, Wilson's going to get the knock for that, but there's been some good thrown balls and the receivers aren't catching them. So I need our receivers to catch the ball. The offense is already struggling. We don't need you out there not catching the ball. And spoiler alert, Steelers, if you're going to trade a 5th round pick for Mike Williams, put Mike Williams in the game. Why is Mike Williams not in the game? I don't understand why Mike Williams is not playing. Put him in the game, throw him a couple of balls. What are we doing? We act like we have this plethora of receivers. We don't. We have receivers playing things and doing things that I've never seen them do until today. I don't know what this offense is doing, but I was praising this offense and I was like, we finally figured out how to score a touchdown. I finally don't get excited when we score a touchdown. I was wrong. We need to go back to whatever we were doing before, because this offense, throwing the ball to guys that I'm not even sure where they came from or how they ended up in that position, it's terrible. I hate it. The other thing I hated is Russell Wilson's interception in the end zone. I hate red zone turnovers. Like I hate red zone turnovers. They're the worst. So that pissed me off more than anything. So shame on Wilson for that stupid interception in the end zone. And why he was throwing it to Darnell Washington, I don't know. Why Darnell Washington didn't jump for the ball, I don't know. He's 6'7". I don't know what the hell any of that was, but it was bad. I hated every second of it. The other thing I hate is that we were 0-4 in the red zone. We were 0-4. We didn't score a touchdown. I hate that we didn't score a touchdown. It's so ridiculous. I kid you not. Every team I'm following right now for this week is struggling on offense. Like Texas struggling on offense. Colorado struggling on offense. I know a lot of people don't want to admit it. Steelers struggling on offense. Like we have to figure this out. We cannot continue to do this where we don't score any touchdowns. It's getting to a point now where I'm like, I think we're okay not scoring touchdowns. Like Steelers, figure it out. Please figure it out. I want to be happy and excited for these wins. I need you to at least score a touchdown. Damn it. The random things you didn't know you needed to know is the Steelers have scored points in the last 22 consecutive quarters. This is one of those dumb stats that I don't really care, because what does that even mean? Oh, we've scored points. Okay, we're winning games. So you win games and you score points. I don't understand why that stat is a thing, but whatever, it's a thing. So I wanted to say it. And the telecast, of course, had to keep telling us because it's so important for us to know. So there's that. The other thing I think is actually interesting here too also, I don't understand why the Ravens do the things that they do, and I don't understand why the Steelers and the Ravens games always happen like this, but it's so funny to me that the Steelers playing against the #1 offense found ways to nullify what they're doing. But then on the flip side of that, our offense has been scoring points, but the Ravens defense found ways to keep us from scoring points. So again, this is what happens when you're playing a rival. Like this is the AFC North. It's like a hodgepodge of football and you don't know what's going to win. It's usually a 1-possession game and it just kind of is what it is. That's why you throw out all the records, you throw out everything, and you just play football. And one thing about the Steelers, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to fight if we have to fight. We're going to claw if we have to claw. We're going to do all the things it takes to win. Not saying we're going to win every game, but we're going to try very hard. And that is because we take on the personality of our coach, and that is how our coach is, and that is how we're being taught. And so that is how we're going to continue to show up. And I am here for every single second of it. And so now we're going to move forward. We're going to play the Browns, and we have a short week. We have to figure it out. We have to rest. We have to take a deep breath. We have to get all the body treatment we need. We need to do all the things we need to do to get ready to play the Browns. Because although the Browns aren't playing very well right now, we just came off of a hard-fought Ravens game at home. These games are hard on us. They're physical. They're all the things. So I hope all the guys that got a little tweaked, a little banged up, a little tired and all those things, I hope that they're ready to go on Thursday, because this is where the season gets good, right? This is where the season gets good. And after this game on Thursday, they will have off Sunday and kind of have like a mini bye week. So I'm just hoping that they get up to play the Browns. I know the Browns aren't very good, but that's not my problem. My problem is my Steelers and how we show up to play this game. So I am going to end this video here. The game was ugly. We win ugly. I'm okay winning ugly. We took care of business. We're 8-2 in the AFC North, which was absolutely fucking crazy. We won 10 games last year. This year we've already won 8. Like, that's crazy to me. So anyways, I will end this video here. Like always, I'm going to rant on the other side of this. So if you have anything that you want to say, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all those things. I love reading your comments. I love when you engage with me about my thoughts or tell me I'm crazy or all the things. It just makes it more fun. But as always, here we go.
This week we're on a short week, so it should be no surprise what I'm going to talk about here. The first thing I'm going to be focused on here is how we are going to get up and be ready to play on Thursday. It's a quick turnaround. It is what it is. NFL doesn't care about safety. The Steelers shouldn't care about it either. We gotta get up and we gotta get ready to go on Thursday. The other thing I'm going to be focused on is this offense. I want to see more of Mike Williams. I want to see what this offense could potentially look like. I don't know what is going on with this offense. I don't know. It could just be the Ravens defense was that good and our offense isn't that good, and that could just be it. That could be what I'm seeing, is that our offense is going to be good against lesser teams. When we play the better teams, we're not going to have any offense. I hope that that's not what's going to happen, but I'm going to keep an eye out on this offense. The other thing I'm going to keep an eye out as we head to play the Browns too are our injuries. I'm hoping that guys are getting healthy and guys are going to be able to play this game. There's a couple of guys that went down, specifically Keanu Benton went down this game, and Porter went down this game. I think, although he came back to make that final play on Lamar Jackson, so he should be fine. But I'm still going to keep an eye out on the injury report and make sure that we're okay heading into this matchup on Thursday. So I will end this video here. Did I say the offense? Did I say that I'm worried about the offense? Because I'm very worried about the offense. The other thing too, I know the Browns aren't very good, but I'm going to keep watching this offensive line, because there's some things I saw with this offensive line today that didn't make me excited. But it is what it is. We won the game. We're 8-2. We're in the driver's seat in the AFC North. And if you would have told anyone before the season started that the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to be in the lead in the AFC North, they would have thought you were crazy. This team lost to Dallas. I'm just saying, like, shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers, AFC North division leaders as of right now, and I'm super excited for this team. We just have to get this freaking offense on track because it looks like a mess. And I will end this video here, and I will wave my towel. I will wave my towel. Anyways, I'll see you very soon, because I have a Browns video that should be coming out very soon.